Welcome to She Talks, He Nods. We're your hosts. I'm Megan.
I'm Chris.
And this is our podcast. We talk about our life, our family, our kids, our marriage, and just everything else that comes in our head. Speaking of other thoughts that come in our head, I don't know if you listened to last week's episode, but I have this tendency to do something where I mispronounce words very confidently, might I add. And I mispronounced a word that I should have not mispronounced. I just have this tendency to add letters to words.
Usually the letter N.
It is the letter N. Oddly, it's always the letter N. I don't know what it is about the N sound, but I add that into words.
It's caused me much embarrassment.
Yeah. What was the first time that it really embarrassed you, in public when that happened?
Crinzol.
Crinzol. So crinzol is what I said, but crizol is the word. And what is the word crizol used for?
Crizol is a glare-free lens option when you're buying glasses. And when you ask the worker that's helping you select out your glasses and then get them ordered, and I ask her, can I get those with crinzol? And she looks at me and says, yeah, you can get those with crizol. And then I went, again with the N's and embarrassing me.
Yeah.
And we had been calling it crinzol for years, by the way. This wasn't like, we had glasses. I think Megan had glasses with crizol lenses, and she was always talking about her crinzol lenses and how every time she takes a picture, look at this, no glare in my glasses because of these crinzol lenses. I love crinzol lenses. And I think we even had a felt glasses cleaner that said crizol, but for whatever reason, it's still clocked as crinzol.
Crinzol. Well, and listen, I know a lot about the women's menstrual cycle, and yet I still said luteal phase all last podcast. And I didn't even realize I said it until I was listening to it back. And I was like, it's luteal. It is not luteal. It's luteal.
Luteal's funny. Isn't that something moon-related? No. It sounds,
I don't know.
Space.
Maybe.
It sounds like space, something with luteal.
I don't know, but guys, I know what luteal is and I know how it's pronounced, but somehow it rolled off the tongue the first time as luteal, and that's how it kept rolling.
This kind of stuff is always happening. She's always mispronouncing words confidently.
At least I have the confidence with it, there's that. So that definitely helps. So yeah, that was pretty funny. So maybe you didn't hear it. Hopefully you didn't notice and you just listened and just was like, yeah, I hate that face too. But there had to have been someone who heard it and said, what is she talking about? What are they even saying? Never heard of that menstrual cycle phase before. It's the luteal phase. So that's my bad.
Confidence is king.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else from this week other than today's events?
You had a race today?
I did have a race.
How did it go?
Well, so this was my triathlon. It's a sprint triathlon. I think we had mentioned that, but if you're just now joining us, that's the distance. Can you say that? I always forget them. What are the distances?
In this particular sprint triathlon, the swim is 750 meters, which is just short of a half a mile. The bike is 12.6 miles, and the run is 3.1 miles.
Yeah.
In that order.
So going into the race, once I got there and saw my competition, my goal was third place women's overall, first place age group. That was my goal. I knew there was two amazing women athletes that were there, and I clocked them 1 and 2 right away. I knew who they were, and I knew I'm just not in their league yet. I haven't trained either for this race like I normally had because we've been trying to get pregnant and then we had our miscarriage, and I just haven't been back athletically where I need to be. But I still knew my capability. I could probably do third place overall women and first place age group. Well, so get in the water. Everything's going good. About 2 minutes into my swim, I had a panic attack. So that basically ruined my race for me. I mean, I still did well. I'm still proud of myself. I did awesome. I got 5th place women's overall and 2nd place age group. So that's still a huge accomplishment. I'm proud of myself, but I'm also just really mad because that happened and I just don't have control over my body when that happens. I get in the water and everything's going great. And then all of a sudden everything's foggy. My goggles completely fogged up. I couldn't see anything. And then it kind of all set on. My body got heavy. And then all the thoughts came in and I had to slow way down. Then I basically had to stop and clean my goggles. I just dipped them in the water and laid on my back for a second. And it's very frustrating because all of these women that I was beating, the first couple minutes are just flying around me now because I'm standing still in the water. And I considered giving up and turning around, but I calmed myself down to the point where I was like, I'm just going to keep pushing forward and just hope it dissipates, hope it goes away. And it did slowly. Still pretty frustrating and not 100% until about the halfway point in the swim, the turnaround. And I kind of kicked it into gear there. I felt good, back to normal. And I swam faster. So I made up a little time, but made it out of the water and the rest of the race was fine. But I just lost a lot of time. When I say a lot of time, I'm saying a couple minutes because those minutes are everything. Seconds are everything in a short race like this. And I probably lost 3 minutes just from how slow I was going and from stopping and all of that. So that kind of sucked, but I still finished and I made it and it is what it is. So
it's not because you're afraid of swimming in the open water, are you?
No, I don't have any fear of water like that. Now I have fear of the ocean. Like if I was in the middle of the deep ocean with no land in sight, that's different because I know what lives in the ocean. But no, I have a history of anxiety and whatnot. I used to have panic attacks pretty bad in my 20s, but since marrying you and moving, I haven't really had any, as you know. They kind of went away. A couple years ago, I had one randomly at dinner one night and haven't had any since until about a couple weeks ago. I had one and it was pretty short and I didn't think much of it. But then I had another one last Friday while out to eat with the girls. And I'm just like, what the heck is going on? Because here's the third one in this past couple weeks. And I don't feel like I have any extra stressors, so I don't know what could be the cause. I don't know. So that's a little irritating to me because I don't have control and it's a terrible feeling if anyone has experienced them. It's not like an anxiety attack. A panic attack is very different from just having anxiety or an anxiety attack. Panic attack is different. Essentially, for me, in my panic attacks, what happens is I can't focus my eyes on anything. So like the whole room or the whole area, it doesn't go dark or anything, but it's not quite blurry. I just can't look at something. It's like my eyes won't focus. And my limbs, my legs and my arms, they get really tingly and really heavy. Like I feel like I can't pick them up. And my brain essentially just tells me, well, this is it. You're going to die now, and that's such an irrational thought to have. And I know it's irrational and I know that's not what's happening. But in those moments, you'll start to feel symptoms of a heart attack. Like I've had pain in my left arm before because your brain tells you, something's happening and then your body manifests it. And I start to breathe heavy and I just have to stop and ground myself. And the best way I have found that works for me is I call, I'll call Chris or my mom or a close friend in the past. And I just kind of try to talk and take my mind off of it. And I just sit really still. I don't like to be around anybody. I've had a panic attack like at a grocery store, abandoned my cart and just left the store. I've had them driving. I had to pull over. I essentially just called my mom to tell her goodbye once on the way on a long car ride. I was like, just so you know, this is where I'm at. I'm going to die now, and you know where to find me. And, but then it's just, I start to feel better and it goes away. But yeah, I really don't know. And it sucks. And it sucks that it happened today. It made me kind of mad because what was the time difference?
3 minutes.
Yeah, 3-minute time difference to my goal spot where I wanted to be. So I probably could have made that 3 minutes up had I not had that happen. So yeah, that kind of sucked. But with all that said, I feel very accomplished and I'm proud of myself that I didn't stop and didn't turn around and I finished the race and I did dang good. So
you didn't crash my bike?
I did not crash your bike. No, I went really hard on the bike in the run. So my legs hurt. I'm tired.
Did a good job. Let's stop having panic attacks.
I wish I knew how. I don't want to have any more. They suck. All right. So let's talk about something fun. What did we go do last night?
We went to Toy Story 5 on the opening day.
Yay! Well, technically they had showings the day before though, and we didn't find that out until the day of.
Yeah. Let's just say this, we're going to talk about Toy Story 5 a little bit,
Yeah.
and just like the things that were in it and like the ways that it relates to our normal life. So there's going to be some Toy Story 5 spoilers. So if you guys want to watch Toy Story 5 without any spoilers, stop listening or look into the notes of the chapters and go past the part where we're talking about Toy Story 5.
Or go watch Toy Story 5 and then come back and listen to our podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, you've been warned. So if you're still listening and you're upset that there's been spoilers, that's on you.
Yeah, but we're not going to give too many spoilers, maybe.
Right.
I don't know. We don't know. We'll see.
It's a movie all about tech, all about iPads as opposed to playing with toys like the Toy Story franchise has been since 1994 or whenever the first one was. But in the mornings, we have our kids watch what we refer to as free TV, because it's like it comes with our Samsung TV that we have.
Our downstairs TV and our upstairs TV have different free channels.
Yeah.
Like the upstairs one has PBS though, so that one's...
It's basically cable. They're streaming, but the point is you don't get to choose what you're watching. You have to scroll through channels to find what's on.
Yeah.
And the kids are like, what the heck is this caveman technology? What do you mean I can't just watch whatever I want to watch?
Well, not anymore, because this started like at the end of the school year. This is when it got lighter.
But this is how they were. But anyways, so there's ads, or what we would refer to as commercials. But kids are like, oh, another ad. Like, honey, this is a commercial. But commercials are ads. You're right.
Yeah.
But anyways.
When did we change the names of commercials to ads?
I don't know.
Like, are they just ads in like regular like, do people that watch like cable and satellite and all that, do they call it ads now? Or do they call it commercials?
If they're on YouTube and there's a 15-second skippable ad, do they go, oh, this commercial will be over soon? I don't know.
Interesting.
Let us know, cable users. There's probably not very many cable users out there anymore. But anyway, boy, did we get off track here. All I was saying was there's commercials. They saw a commercial for Toy Story 5 weeks ago, months ago, actually. But just weeks ago, they resaw it and it said coming out June 19th. And they have been counting down the days until June 19th. And they're just like, we're going. And we hadn't committed yet to saying we're going on opening day because full theaters,
I like a theater where I'm the only one in there.
Yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of full theaters, but the kids were super excited and we're like, all right, we better do this.
Yeah.
So we ended up going on opening day and it was such a good movie.
So good.
I was either laughing or just holding back tears. It just had me choked up so much. It was like so much emotional stuff in it. Probably because it just hits home, you know?
Yeah.
Like you just get to watch your kids be zombies on tech, which is what it really shows that kids do. You know, it takes away all their creativity and their ability to play. And it's totally true.
Yeah, that is true.
And, you know, in the movie, little Bonnie, if you remember her from Toy Story 4, she was, you know.
Well, she came in Toy Story 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the daycare one. That's whenever Andy gave the toys. That at the end of the movie, Bonnie received the toys, and that's what led into Toy Story 4. So yeah, Bonnie received all of them at the end of Toy Story 3 because Andy, instead of donating them, he gave them to Bonnie
in the front yard.
Yes.
Yeah. That's right. So anyway, sweet little Bonnie who loves playing with toys just like Andy did when he was a kid.
In this movie, she's like 8 now?
Yeah, must be. And everyone's got iPads and, well, they're called lily pads for litigious reasons so they don't get sued. But yeah, so lily pad was like the enemy of the movie, you know, the tablet. And she got pressured into getting a tablet because anyone else in the world all had tablets. And she was the only one who still liked to play with toys, but she was feeling sad because she didn't have any friends and she wanted friends. So she got a tablet to make friends.
And her mom added her to like this group chat
with some girls from her dance class that she's in. The technology really zaps the creativity out of kids. And I think we personally can say that that's totally true. Yeah,
I've seen that happen. And that's why I think we are so intentional with how we distribute any kind of screen time. I don't necessarily want to call it screen time, but like just tech time. We've always called it tech.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny. The movie called it tech because we call it tech. But yeah, we really are. And the thing is, we weren't. We used to not be. I mean, when Jovi was little, our TV was just kind of always on the background noise, you know? And I think that was because we 100% picked what was on, and it was kind of musical shows and stuff. But she had an iPad. Yeah, we loved the Wiggles. The Wiggles were so good. And we were those iPad parents who took it to the restaurant, and every time we went in the car and everything, it was like, well, this is so easy because if they're bored, I can give them this.
And we commuted. We had to drive 45 minutes to get to the city, the big city.
Yeah.
So when we were in the car, it was 45 minutes at a time, and that was our justification, when actually they should have been counting raindrops like we were when we were kids, and looking at trees and just being present,
Yeah, for sure. But now I think a big reason too why we also have to kind of have rules around it is because we homeschool. So our kids are at home around their technology, and it's at their fingertips if they were allowed to at any given time of the day. Whereas kids who are in school all day, they don't have access to that. And then they get home, and then I would imagine, I'm guessing that maybe parents justify it as, well, they were at school all day, so now they can have that, maybe that's kind of how they see it. Whereas we're like, if I didn't put a limit on this, like, they would probably just want to do this all day. They would want their iPad all day. They would watch the TV all day. And a big reason too why we don't is because we have directly seen it related so bad to their attitudes, and they're just not even attitudes, but just their dysregulation. They can't even function, it feels like sometimes. If you wake up and start the day with the TV, and then you have breakfast and then go play your iPad and then watch more TV, and then I don't know, just if you have it all day.
Right. And then when you say, okay, it's time, we have to go to this place, so put your stuff up, we have to leave now, it's like,
it's a fight.
A huge fight.
Well, we don't have this anymore. We don't have this issue at all. So, and I'm so thankful we don't have this issue, but we have seen that in the past. Now, pretty much we're at the level where iPads are for school and long road trips and when someone's sick. Otherwise, they don't even really think about their iPads that much. They prefer to watch a good movie or a TV show. It's the free TV in the morning, and sometimes we've actually stopped that for the summer.
I kind of want to stop the free TV even in the morning. Jovi will wake up early just to go watch free TV, but sometimes it's Franklin, the Berenstein Bears.
Yeah, I love the Bernstein Bears.
I think it's Berenstein.
Bernstein.
I think it's Berenstein.
It is Bernstein.
I think there's one more syllable in there, Crimsol.
Well, I don't know, maybe, but I'm pretty sure it's Bernstein Bears.
I think it's Berenstein.
We're going to have to look that up later.
Yeah, we are. I think I'm right, though.
I don't know.
I think I am. But yeah, I kind of want to stop doing that even because, she'll wake up just to like get on the TV, which is just not. It's not the right way to start your day.
We just said, hey, we're going to take a break from that for a while. And she said, okay, it was no big deal. And she slept in a little later today. This was actually the first day. So we just now stopped this.
We've been through many, many different styles of how we distribute our tech time.
I currently like the way we're doing it, which we always kind of feel like that, but it ebbs and flows. I think it changes with every season, and it just depends what's going on. And I think they have a pretty good relationship with technology and the level they get it. Basically, the way we do our screen time right now is, well, before they had their free in the morning, but now there's no TV in the morning. And they can't have any tech until after lunch. So, but even with that said, they don't get their tech, their TV, their iPad, their computer, the Switch. They can have access to the Alexa to play music. Other than that, they have to do their chores. And when I say chores, I mean contribute to the house. It's on a chore chart, so I guess you could say chores.
But we kind of want to change our verbiage. We want to just start calling it contributions to the house.
Yeah, because
we all need to contribute to our house because we love our house. We're grateful for our house.
And we all live here together, and we all put in the effort together is kind of how we want it.
And I think that has more of a positive connotation than, okay, you can't do this till you do your chores. You got to do your chores. Or we can just say, hey, let's contribute.
Yeah. So our oldest two kind of had the same thing. So they both have every day, they do something called laundry check. They basically just look for their own clothes around the house and in their bedrooms. And if they have any clean clothes, they need to go hang them up. If they have any dirty clothes, they need to put them in the dirty clothes basket. And if they have, if laundry has been done, then they get the clothes out of the basket, sort them, and put them away. They only have to put away their own clothes, though. So they're only responsible for their things. And towels. If there's towels on a day that they check for laundry, they just have to fold and put them away and do that together. And I help do that too. We all do it together. And then we help Gemma. She doesn't have laundry check, but if there is laundry, she puts it away and we help her, and she helps sort with us still. And then The older two also have something called dishes check, which again, sometimes the sink's empty, but most of the time there's something in there and they just have to look around the kitchen area. If there's any dirty dishes, they put them in the sink. And then if there's any dirty dishes in the sink, they put them in the dishwasher. If there's any clean dishes in the dishwasher, they put them away. And again, it's all kind of based on, they can do this any time of the day. So sometimes they'll be like waiting until I've just done it and they'll be like, I'm going to do dishes check now. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Because, it's all about balance. And I don't save the dishes for them and make them do them all. If, there's some days where I don't feel like doing the dishes and then it is more full for the kids. And there's some days where I keep up on the dishes the whole day and they don't have any. So it's just kind of, again, that's why we like it to be contribution. It's not you have to do this. It's just be looking for these things. And then every child has tidy up one shared area. So the basement where they play, the foyer where the shoes are all kicked off, the dining room, any of that, they all just tidy up, just pick the stuff up, put it where it goes. And then Gemma, our youngest, she has something called bathroom check. And this is because that girl does a lot of accessory stuff and a lot of makeup and does her hair a lot. So she kind of gets all the bows all out. So we're like, this is a good chore for you. So she essentially just tidies up the girls' bathroom. They have a shared bathroom. And that is kind of our chores. And
feeding the dogs.
Oh, yes. They each feed the dogs. Gemma feeds in the morning because she's the early riser and Joey feeds in the evening. But feeding dogs is not within your gaining access to your technology. Mm-hmm. That's just kind of something they do. But all the others, they have to contribute before they can sit down. It's kind of almost like delayed gratification too. Before you just sit down and want to be a lump on a log, let's put some effort out there. And then also,
it's a bump on a log.
Lump on a log makes sense too. Lump, bump, they're the same thing, right? Is a lump not a bump?
Is every bump a lump? Is every lump a bump? Is this a Dr. Seuss book that I'm reading right now?
Lump. Every bump is a lump, but every lump is not a bump. I don't know. Anyways, other than the chores, what else do they have to do? What is more important than technology that we are very big about implementing that has to happen every day? And we don't make this a forceful thing. We really try to just encourage this, and we always put it in a positive light because we don't lump it in with the chores. It's not a chore. It's a routine. It has to be part of your day because it's very important.
Reading. But we also try, we try not to be like, you can't have your TV until you read. We try not to say it like that, where it's just like, hey, can we watch TV? And we'll just say, have you read?
Have you read today? Yeah. Have you read yet?
Yep.
Yeah. They all have different time lengths on that. It's kind of different to what their need is and where they're at. So Margot reads for 20 minutes. Jovi has to read out loud to us for like 10-ish minutes. And then Gemma gets read to by either her sisters or us. And then we also read to both girls at bedtime as well. So more books that they're into that kind of above their reading level, we read those to them every night. So they get like 2 big reading chunks in each day.
Yeah. And I wonder, like, if anyone listening, are you personally big readers? Do you read a lot? Because we are not. We don't read books for fun.
I do sometimes.
No, you don't.
I do.
You certainly can't say that you do it sometimes.
I do sometimes.
Honey, you've read like 1 book since we've been married.
I've read a couple books. And I've listened to some books.
Anyone else reading 1 book a year but consider yourself to be a pretty avid reader?
No, I like
1 book in 8 years and consider yourself to be a pretty avid reader?
That is not true. I have read more than 1 book in 8 years.
Bro, list the books.
I read The Uglies. I read Aurora. I read Anthem again. I read The Punishment-Free Parenting.
How many of these did you listen to?
Only 1.
Because I don't think audiobooks are reading.
Audiobooks count, but
they are books, but they are not reading.
I want to read more.
You did come with receipts. I apologize.
Yeah, I want to read more.
I want to get into reading. I am a good reader, and I think I should utilize the fact that I can read fluently and be able to absorb what I'm reading. But I just don't feel like prioritizing that. I just have other things that if I was to start reading an hour a day, because, if I'm going to get into something, if I'm going to get into a book, I'm going to want to read it. I don't want to read for an hour and then 3 weeks later read an hour. You're going to forget what you've been reading and not be able to get into the story like you would if you binged it, essentially. Mm-hmm. Binge read a book. I would like to do that, but I'm not going to compromise my exercise time. I don't feel like it's more important than any family time.
Mm-hmm. And we read to the kids. We read a lot to the kids. I think that is part of it too, because we're not just reading, hop on pop. Like we're reading, like right now we're reading Harry Potter to our daughter. So like we're reading still.
But yeah,
but we should read for ourselves for more for entertainment.
We should, yeah. The point I was trying to get at was, if you are a big reader, is it much easier to get your kids to read? Are they much more likely to just want to read because they see you reading?
I think so. I
wonder that.
I think that goes to living by example. I have this beautiful picture in my head of when all of our kids can read, to just all be like, let's grab a book and let's just go to the beach and let's just sit on the beach and read when they're like older. That is what I want to do. Like I have that in my head, and I hope that's what we do when we're older, when we can actually go. But right now I can't just sit down and read a book at the beach, because I'll look up and they're not where they're supposed to be or not following the rules. So it's like we're not quite there yet where I can just relax and read a book. So I think because of the stage of life we're in is another reason we haven't been big readers. Because in the past I read a lot more than I do now. And I think it is because of our stage of life for sure. But I wanted to talk again back about the movie a little bit. We keep getting off on these tangents, but with that, so yeah, our kids get access to the TV after they have done all that. And usually, guys, by the time that we have played outside, played in the house, contributed to the house, had our meals, done everything else, our errands, gone to their activities, it's 6 o'clock and we're having dinner. And then it's like, okay, well, you can watch TV for an hour before you go to bed. So, on average, I would say our kids get less than 2 hours a day of combined tech. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think that's accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They definitely don't exceed that 2 hour mark unless it's a road trip, unless someone's sick. Mm-hmm. Then it's like, yeah, it's freebie. So now I'd like to get back to the movie. One thing that I just thought was so true and I think is so relatable in the movie is whenever Bonnie first got her lily pad and it just showed her in one spot the entire day, because her parents were like, here, you can get to know this. And then she was a complete zombie. And that is just the truest thing with kids. When you give them a device, they don't hear anything or see what's going on around them. They're just so lost in that world.
And what I liked about the movie is Bonnie's face never showed any enjoyment. Mm-hmm. The entire day of her messing around on her lily pad, she was just in a trance. You know, never looked like she was enjoying herself at all.
And I think adults can relate to that, like when I'm just sitting there doom scrolling, I'm not having fun. Mm-hmm. Even while I'm doing it, I'm saying, I'm ready to stop doing this. Why am I still doing this? It is crazy. It's addicting. I was thinking of this earlier due to the movie. I was like, not only for our kids is this going to be helpful, but it's like for us too. I need to put my phone away and go paint something. Because it's like same for us, like with the kids, they lose their sense of playing when they have their devices, but we lose our hobbies. We lose our hobbies to this. And I've lost my hobbies to this. You know how much time we could have to read, like you were just saying? If you looked at your screen time, it's well over an hour. You could easily replace that with a book. Mm-hmm. And just like me, I could easily replace it with painting or doing some kind of craft or writing again. And I would like to challenge myself and everyone to do that, because, guys, it is so much more fulfilling than just scrolling your phone and hearing other people's opinions and seeing other people's lives instead of living our own lives. That is what we're doing. It's crazy.
I have we both tried to do this, but we didn't set it up right on your phone.
So I get sucked in easier.
But we have limits on our Facebook, at least, and that's the only social media that I have. So I don't scroll anything, but I only have 15 minutes on my Facebook to mindlessly scroll. And then when my 15-minute timer is up, the only way I can get more time is if Megan puts in the password that she knows. Yeah. And because I used to just, if I had nothing to do, I'd pick up my phone and just hit Facebook, and I don't even like anything. I don't even search anything. I just scroll, and you know how the algorithm works. A lot of times it'll find me something comedy related or something,
dog videos for me.
Something that'll make me laugh, and that's basically all I'm looking for, is something to make me laugh or something to make me think. Yeah. So once my 15 minutes is up, my Facebook's gone, and I love it because I don't even think about it. Yeah. I'll open my phone sometime and I'll see that my Facebook's locked, and I'm just like, oh, well. Don't care. And then I'll put my phone back down. There's nothing I can do on my phone right now. Yeah. I don't need it.
Yeah. And mine is like that too but mine's like for TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook combined, except for I can bypass the 15 minutes
for whatever
because there's no
reason.
password, except there's a password that I now can't change the settings to make it where there's a password. I just need to call Apple and because they can get into the password and fix that and everything. And then maybe we can set it up. We should do that. I'm going to make it a point to do that because I don't want it. And that's the thing. But sometimes like it is an addiction. And I personally have an addictive personality. So it's like if it is there and available to me, that's what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that. I wish I had more control over it, but it just is what it is. And at least I know it so I can change it because I would much rather spend my time doing other things, working in the garden, learning how to plant vegetables and weeding the garden and just anything. Honestly, anything I would rather do except for doom scrolling.
Yeah. It's basically the most useless thing you can possibly do.
Absolutely. And now people call it work.
Some people do work on their phones.
No, I mean they scroll to find things to like then recreate and do stuff like
Yeah, well, that's
I'm working like kids. I'm working.
That's a different kind of work, but yeah, the doom scrolling is a huge problem.
Yeah. Another relatable part in the movie, and I've seen this with our own kids, was being embarrassed to be yourself whenever she got made fun of for wanting to find her toys again. And all of the girls from the group chat made her feel like baby because she wanted to play with toys.
Instead of the lily pad.
Yeah. Like you still play with toys, and they were laughing at her. And then, but luckily she did overcome that and made a friend who had the same beautiful imagination that she did. But I've seen that like, I don't know if I want to get this toy out when this friend's going to be over. It's like, no. And I loved that because when we left the theater, Jovi said, I wouldn't care if someone didn't like this. This is what I like. And I'm like, that is exactly right. So I loved that message from it. And then I also just loved that today. So we rotate our toys because we don't like to just buy a whole lot of new toys because when you have too much, it's overwhelming.
Well, we have bought a lot of new toys to the point where we have way too many toys.
Of course. But we don't have them all out. So we rotate a little bit. And all of our baby doll toys went into the closet a couple months ago. And I was sad to see that go in there because that was Gemma's favorite thing. So Gemma is more analytical. She likes real life experiences. She has real life fears. She doesn't get much into like the imagination world, like monsters and fairies and just non-realistic things.
She's afraid of fires and thunderstorms.
Yeah. Whereas Jovi is more very into the imagination world, like she just comes up with these imaginary, like non-real life games. So sometimes they can like kind of butt there with their playing styles because they are so different. But one thing on that, I just realized I thought she was like imaginary playing, which she is because it's baby doll, but she's playing babies, which is a realistic game.
Mm-hmm.
That just clicked.
Basically practicing to be a mom.
Yeah, playing a realistic game. But nonetheless, she asked to get her baby doll stuff out today. And she played independently so long, which is kind of a struggle for her because she does like real life, like puzzles and games and challenging things, just very analytical, logical things. So I just loved seeing her get out in her toys today and play. And Jovi also did a ton of imaginary play today. They played together and it was beautiful. And I loved that brought that out in them again. And I hope it sticks longer.
We have like the full Toy Story lineup of all the Toy Story toys. So yeah. Jovi was just so into it. She had her room just set up last night when we got back from the movie. She just went straight in the house to get all of the Toy Story characters, bring them all to her bedroom and set them up in like a play type way for her to go to sleep, Yeah,
and that's the thing too. Like we have all the Toy Story characters because Jovi was obsessed with Toy Story for like 3 years. Yeah. So we gathered them over time. She's had 2 different birthday parties that are within the Toy Story scheme. Yeah, she had a Buzz party.
You're right.
Yeah, theme. She had the Buzz party and the Toy Story at age 3 and 5. Yeah, 3 and 5 were the Toy Story parties. So she's been obsessed for years with Toy Story. So this was really fun that this one got to come out new. So that was super cool and just super fun. The movie, guys, it has a great message.
Listened. Make you cry.
Yeah, if you listened and heard the spoilers and still, yes, there's so much. Go watch it. It's so good. We loved it.
The Jesse Buzz arc, so good.
Oh, yeah. That was funny. I love Jesse and
So
Buzz.
funny.
We really loved that movie. It was great. And should we share some of our kids, like what has been like highlight toys in different phases?
Sure, yeah, they've had some serious classic toys.
Mm-hmm.
Jovi has this really old doll that's about the size of my hand. It's small. The name of the doll that Jovi has given it is Hair Baby.
Hair Baby.
Because it's just a little doll with nice hair.
Yeah.
And they're like from the 90s, right?
Yeah, even older. So what's cool about that one is I had one just like it with brown hair growing up, and I still have mine. And then we found that one. I don't even remember.
And Jovi played with that one, right? A little bit.
Oh, that's right. She got mine out and she loved it at 9 months old.
Mm-hmm.
And we got her own Hair Baby with red hair at her first birthday party.
Yeah, and because Jovi, when she was a baby, her like sensory calming mechanism that she would do was she would just hold hair.
Yeah.
She would constantly be touching hair when we were holding her. She would just reach straight for our hair and just touch it constantly. So when she got this Hair Baby, she had a little doll with realistic person hair.
Yeah.
And she would sit here and touch the baby's hair, you know, so she just immediately clicked with it.
I mean, I was sad when Hair Baby fizzled out, but it was like 4 years, not a single night or day away from Hair Baby. It was like her baby blanket, you know, like the kids have the special blankets. That was her blanket.
That was her special thing.
And she still has it and she still gets it out and loves on it.
We play a different game with it now.
Yeah. But it's not her everyday lovey anymore. And it was sad to see that go, but I will never get rid of that doll. That will go forever. And we got Gemma one that's blonde. She never took to it like Jovi did, but we still each have one. And they're all three the same, but different hair colors. So it's just a special toy for us three to have in connection.
Yeah, that was a big one.
And then Panda. We've mentioned Panda before. Panda has been through all three girls. That's just a stuffy.
Just a classic. It's been one of their favorite toys for 10 years.
And then Gemma is with my Biddy babies. So they each got their own Biddy baby, the American girls, but they now also have mine, and all of their stuff, like all of the baby doll stuff is my Biddy baby stuff from my past, and a couple new ones that my mom got them. But they both really love that Biddy baby. Jovi loved hers for a while too when she was younger, and Gemma's really still in her baby phase. I love that our kids play with some of my toys, and I will keep them, and I hope that their kids will play with them one day because they're so special.
Yeah, those toys were built right. Yes. Toys from the 90s.
Yeah. And then, of course, the Toy Story Buddies. Those are some highlights in our house. Those are great. We love those. Barbies have been hit and miss in times.
We've got a lot of Barbies.
Yeah. They're all mine.
Yeah, from the 90s.
They're all classic the 90s Barbies.
Swim and dive Barbie.
Yeah.
Basketball shooting Barbie.
Yeah. Elvis Barbie. Mermaid Barbies. All the Spice Girls. We had Spice Girl Barbies, and then we bought them a Barbie house to play with all those. But I just love that we didn't have to. They have a couple new ones, but I love them having my toys to play with. It is so special. And it's kind of like Andy passing to Bonnie, even though they're not related. It's kind of like that. What are some other ones that were big highlights and big hits in the house?
When we took one of our like really big vacations where we went to SeaWorld, Gemma got a Big Bird stuffy.
Yes.
And she was really attached to Big Bird. And her Big Bird was ragged in that year. She had held it and played with it so much that it was just tattered.
She still loves that. She still loves it a lot.
Gemma's always
leaned towards stuffies, I've noticed, you know. She likes the stuffies and something just to cuddle. Ooh, the Busy Book characters. Those were a big hit. So if you've ever seen those, they're like little books and they come with like 10 to 12 figures in them and they have a story. Well, we don't have any of the books anymore, but we still have a bin full of all of our different Busy Books, like over 100 little characters. And do you remember when Jovi was like 3?
Set them all out on the table.
Yeah, we had them all on the table. We have a picture of that. It was so cute. Those were a big hit. Loved those.
Yeah. Those were really good.
They love dress up clothes.
Yeah, they love dressing like princesses, and all of our Halloween costumes just go right into the dress up bin.
Yep.
And they're just, sometimes you'll walk down and it's just Gecko from PJ Masks and Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. And they're just down here doing their thing, just in full Halloween costume. And many, many princess dresses that we were gifted by somebody, right? Someone gave us a bunch of dresses. Yeah, so they love playing dress up.
Oh, we almost forgot the Hot Wheel stage. Hot Wheel cars, that was a big one too. There was one Christmas where we got the big car wash.
Octopus car wash.
Octopus car wash to actually wash the cars and like slimed them and stuff. That was really cool. We have so many cars because your dad gives us a car every time, little Matchbox, Hot Wheel car, every time he comes and visits. And so we have a cool case that they all go in. And there was a time where both girls, they loved playing cars. Cars are fun. Magnetiles.
Yeah, magnetiles.
Magnetiles are huge in our house. We have some of those little, like the girls call them Minecraft blocks. Those are really cool too, but they still have not beat Magnetiles. Do you remember the little animals? They love those little animals.
From the zoo?
Yeah, like the zoo animals.
They did love those.
So that was a good one that we collected. And then also just pets, any kind of pets, like pet-ish animals, like stuffy pets or stuffy dogs, and they feed them and water them and play veterinarian. Do you know what I have noticed that I think is really cool about our kids' favorite toys?
What?
None of them have batteries, or like they all are imagination toys.
No tech.
No tech. I wonder if that is consistent with other people's favorite like toys in their house. If like their favorite ones are just old-fashioned toys, or if they're like remote controlled things or things with batteries or lights and noise makers. I've always found those kind of toys overwhelming and overstimulating. So I've never been a big fan of them. I like block. Ooh, we almost forgot the squishy blocks. Though the soft blocks, we got those when Jovi was a year old, and 7 years later, 7 years later, all kids still play with them.
Yep. When
those are great.
All the kids over for game night, they get the blocks out and they build towers, and that is a timeless toy. Timeless
classic. You know what, guys? Simplicity. Those make the best toys. The simple things. If it's the simpler it is, the more their imagination can fly and turn it into something amazing.
Yeah. Less is more with
kids.
Less
is more.
Like when we have all the kids over for game night, if they're down here in our basement where all of our toys are, they just fight and bicker. And when we send them out back to our backyard where we built a playground, they all just play on the playground.
Yeah, they have so much
fighting.
Fun.
They're just out there, just enjoying the outdoors, swinging, climbing, monkey barring.
Yeah.
And they're just all having a blast. Nobody fighting with anybody.
It's
bring
just
them
simple.
down where all the toys are, they're fighting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hope we didn't give too many Toy Story spoilers. I don't
think we did.
I
think that's all pretty much self-explanatory in the previews, even.
Yeah.
The things that we said.
But it really hits home. Just go watch it. They did a great job.
Yeah.
They did a great job on it. It's a great movie.
I hope everyone watches it and wants to go home and adjust. I hope they just didn't say, this is a cool movie. Okay, here's your iPads on the way home. Wouldn't that be a crazy thing?
Yeah.
Like, it really does tell such a good message of today. Just recently, we were talking about social media and what it does to us adults. It does the same things to the kids. And not even that, it just takes away so much of their childhood. It's just not a good experience, I don't think.
Yeah.
Not near the experience of just being outside or just playing or just being bored and having to come up with something new. I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, hopefully next week will be our question and answer episode. Hopefully we'll get some questions in that we can give some answers to, and that'll be fun.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. I'm curious to see, to talk about some things that other people want to hear rather than kind of some of the stuff that we've just been putting out there. So that'll be really curious to see what people want to know. I hope that we got something good. Okay, well, I think that's it. That's pretty much it. We forgot to mention, we were talking about things we did earlier in the week, but we're all dressed up and we don't get to go on dates very often. And we're all dressed up because we had a date before we came home to record this. So that was pretty nice.
This is me dressed up. Light blue jeans, white shirt.
You look so nice, though.
Thanks. You look really nice.
Thank you. I have my hair in pigtails and a nice dress. And this is it's a casual dress, but still had to rock the pigtails because that's the stage of hair I'm at.
She's basically got an afro. If she just lets her hair dry, it's wild.
It is so funny. It's just, it is wild.
It's a lot of hair.
It's so much hair. But yeah, so I had a good time on our date tonight.
Me too.
This was kind of like the finishing to our date. Maybe we'll go finish our date once we turn the cameras off too.
Oh, snap.
We are still all dressed up, We'll go do some laundry.
Got a lot of laundry to do.
Yeah. Speaking of laundry, anyone know what kind of washing machine to buy? Because ours is currently full of water.
And it won't drain. Am I supposed to siphon this water out?
Yeah, how do we get the water out?
One bucket at a time?
We're going to be buying a washing machine, I think, tomorrow. So, well, by the time this airs, we would already have a new washing machine, but
we'll give you updates on our new washing machine next episode.
That's right. We'll have a new washing machine. But that's just how life is.
No biggie.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is. All right. Well, that's all we got for you today, guys.
All right. If you like what you guys heard, please rate, review, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share. Help push the podcast forward. That'd be great.
Yeah. We have to go do laundry now, so we'll talk to you later.
This has been
She Talks.
He Nods.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.